up the in this final tournament, I'm all for it. But it does look like we're running right into it, which is in Vegas, which we haven't seen today either.
And I think this is going to be something that I mentioned earlier. I think this is going to be a battle of the metas. I really want to see if NA is running the double medium light. And I think I can't tell what color is who yet. But it looks like the orange team, we'll be able to tell who it is very soon here. But they are running the double medium heavy. I could only assume that's the EU team. So it's a battle of the metas here. Are we going to see the double medium heavy, which is kind of been the meta since season 1? Are we going to be able to see that reign true and kind of go hard, or are we going to see the NA meta, the double medium light? So they're committing on no heavy. NA just does not think heavy is needed for these competitive matches, and that's very interesting to see as the vote has already been started. Abyssal Seoul, they do have the height advantage, but they don't have control of the vault per se. So they kind of just want to take their time. They don't really have to do anything too much. They kind of just want to see if they can get a sneaky angle, and they are going to engage in a fight. And that was really good damage, and they're still pretty much full health. I need to see Resis get a first pick here, and that's exactly what's going to happen. He's going to be able to get that assist, and that's a lot of damage dishing out, and they're going to get another one, but he got stunned, and he's going to get killed. Pepe be the last man alive.
One health. One health. He did that.
God.
That was an amazing play. Both of these teams seem really primed to be fighting each other, because when you get a combat like that where you get it down to just one-on-one and then the last player has 1 health, they're able to clutch it. Oh my god, what a lineup. This is a really good matchup so far, and I am amazed that Abyssal Assault was able to take that away and get the advantage, and they are going to get Cash Out B started. So they're going to have the advantage, and Basement Dwellers are going to be spawned quite a ways away. I can't even see them on the map yet. Okay, they didn't get too far away. They just spawned in the building over. So by the time they get there, it'll be about 1/4 of the way down on the Cash Out. And yeah, I think that we're going to see some great engagements. Definitely more combat focused than we saw in the last match.
Oh, 100%. That fight could have gone either way. 1 health, Rio. 1 health. Oh my god. You know Basement Dwellers are punching the air right now because that was their fight. I mean, Basement Dwellers were losing the fight, but they almost brought it back. And as I say that man Jack unfortunately put himself in a horrible position, but being able to clean up and do some damage. Is he going to be able to get a pick, though? He's only at 28 health, has the stun now, and he is going to be able to get another pick. And just like that, they're going to be able to take this home very convincingly as they're in a 2v1. Wait, but one player is very low. They are going to get the res. This is the... Oh, it does look like Basement Dwellers is just going to win this. Spy just kind of trying his best to stay alive. He is going to be using that bubble, so that's going to be in cooldown for a very, very long time. Kind of just has to wait for his team to come back before they can re-engage.
Yeah, and I mean, he decided to run instead of getting the wipe, which I think he maybe should have gone for, because now you have such a segmented team and a segmented push, because I don't even see all of his teammates together. And that's the one thing I've noticed so far, is that the teams have been so joined. They've been like a bunch of groups. Yeah, here we go, Seaweed, Jack, R's, and everything, but there's 2 people on top. Wow, what the heck is going on? Look at all the wipes. And we are down to ACOGs as the last player, and he just gets immediately destroyed. So I think that is going to go the way of Abyssal Assault. They're going to get this first cash out.
Wow. And I mean, you looked at Spy. He was just eating damage. He's still like pretty much at the end of that fight. He pretty much just had enough health compared. Like he basically had 250 health essentially. So the same amount of health that a normal medium has, 100 more health than a light player has, and that's one of the biggest that's one of the biggest advantages that heavy has, is that extra health. He's able to eat so much damage. He's able to beat that distraction that it just allows his other 2 mediums to just kind of do the rest of the damage. And that's kind of what we just saw there. Spy doing a good job of staying alive. Rio, you mentioned that you kind of wanted to see him play aggressive and get the wipe, but you know, Spy kind of decided to kind of just stay alive and wait for his teammates, and that ended up being in the play. Although I do agree he could have maybe gone for the wipe. It would have been a 2v1, but he decided to go for a more reserved, more safe gameplay, and that actually rewarded them the first cash out.
Yeah, and so, you know, sometimes I can get it wrong, and that's totally okay. But I'm glad that they are still playing very grouped together as a team. And I think that they were just able to knock the basement dwellers off for just a little bit and get that steal. So I don't know who has the advantage here in this team. Yeah, of course, Abyssal Assault has one cash out already done, but the way that both of these teams are playing is almost a mirror copy. The only difference is that they are running different loadouts, different roles as well. We do see the APS going down, and it does look like the basement dwellers are having to kind of slowly push into it, but Abyssal Assault has the advantage here.
Yeah, they definitely have the advantage in terms of having the cash out, but they don't have a rocket, and that's the main difference here. That rocket hitting at least 2 people. Played a little bit too aggressive, though. He needs to be able to hit those shots. I ended up getting stunned. I ended up getting taken out. This is pure chaos. Jay Curtis tried his best to get the res, and he is, but at what cost? Wait, actually, he ended up escaping with his life, going back into the fight. That might have been a mistake, but Spy, the last player alive. It is a 1v1. Heavy misses versus medium, and Jay Cornish has all the advantage unless if he misses his shots, and it's going to be Spy clutching up.
It was shotgun versus shotgun, and you know what? The slug ended up winning. So he needed more precision from that, and I don't know. Great play from ACOGs, and this is going to make it where, I think, who just stole this? Is this Basement Dwellers now is in control of it?
It is Abyssal Assault that ended up actually winning that. So if they take this, it's over. They win 2-0.
Yeah, and they've really just got to hold off for one more push. We do see that Basement Dwellers are starting to push right now, but by the time they get there, we're down to the last quarter. We see the red barrel going off, and we see that Abyssal has a great setup. They were all bundled together in front of a shield, and yeah, they're just in a great spot. But what is this? They're going for the steal.
They were trying to go for the steal, but they didn't heavily commit. They were just too scared of dying, and at this point, it's probably GG's. Even if they win this fight, they lost. It's going to be a 2-0 victory from Abyssal Assault.
Yeah, I'm pretty impressed, pretty amazed, but Abyssal Assault was able to get it in and just dominate a little bit. These teams are really well composed, but yeah, grouping, and I don't know. I think that there's a lot of potential for them, and I think that this first match didn't really show their entire potential. So here we go, getting started on Sis Horizon. We do see them starting to bounce pad up. We see a zip line as well. Everybody headed to Vault 1, where this first fight will go off. It is already getting started. Razors is going off with the AK. It looks like one person's already down, but a res comes up. Pepe is able to get his teammate up. Another res, nope, couldn't get it down. And Pepe is just trying to go off with the shotgun. They're in the bubble dome, and it does look like that goes down as well. Razors is still down, and Spy goes down as well. So all on Pepe's shoulders to try not to get wiped. Nope, he just gives up and lets his team get wiped. And Vault 1 finally gets opened by the Basement Dwellers.
Yeah, Pepe just knew there was nothing he can do. I mean, even if he turned into the best player in the world and downloaded cheats in less than a half a second, he probably wasn't going to win that 1v3. So he kind of just gave up. He said, you know what, it's okay. We lost the first engagement, but it's not over. It's not like the cash out has started yet. We're just going to full wipe, restart, and just give it another go, right? So because they got wiped pretty early, they essentially have 2-3 fights into them. So I kind of do want to see Abyssal Assault kind of just go all out here, because even if they lose this team fight, as long as it doesn't get prolonged for very long, even if they lose, they're going to get another shot at this. So I kind of do want to see them play really aggressive, just kind of take that risk and see where it takes them. Ooh, but Basement Dwellers chilling a floor under, living up to their name, as they're going to be just sitting down. They might actually allow this steal to happen.
What are they doing? They did.
They did it. They tried to bring it down, but they just didn't do it in time or not correctly. But the fight has started, and Pepe's the last man alive. He is going to get the revive this time around, though. ACOG one time alive, sacrificed his life to get the revive. And Fat Man Jack trying his best to be sneaky, do damage, but he's going to be taken down as well. ACOG and Jay Konis. ACOG was able to get that res. It's a 2v2, I do believe. And Jay Konis is going to be hitting a nice little nasty shot. And it's going to be Spy all by himself. He does have the bubble. That's pretty good. He needs to hit these shots, but not going to be good enough. Just like that, Basement Dwellers are going to be able to take that home even after making the mistake. of letting Abyssal Assault steal it.
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened there. It seemed like maybe they tried to demat it down, and the cash out vault or station was like on a bracket that doesn't get dematted, so it didn't fall the way that they were expecting it to. So a little bit of a mistake in their plan, but they were able to get the dominance over the actual team fight and secure it. I think that there's one more push, but I just don't see Abyssal Assault getting there in time, and I don't even think they are pushing. I think they're just kind of holding out and hoping that the next vault spawns close to them.
Exactly, and that's going to be a round going into Basement Dwellers, which is exactly what I wanted to see, right? This is the first map we saw last series, and it ended up 2-0-ing. So we know Basement Dwellers loves this map, and you can see it in the gameplay. Even when they're making mistakes, they're still winning the fights, and that's exactly what you want to see if you're a Basement Dweller fan. So just like that, it's going to be a 1-0 lead, but look at the vault. This is Abyssal Assault names written all over it, but Spies kind of just out there by his own. He needs to group up again before he gets caught up, right? That Heavy is the slowest character in the game, so he needs to group up, and I don't think he was in much danger, so he is going to be able to go back to his team pretty safely, but look at the red barrels. This red barrel is pretty much just a rocket, and that's going to connect. I think that was a lot of damage coming in. Fatman Jack doing an amazing job, and it's done as well. An amazing play coming in from Fatman Jack. Gonna get rewarded with one. Can he get the second? One of them was extremely low, and I think they are gonna win it. They are gonna win the fight just like that. Basement Dwellers with an amazing rocket with Fatman Jack going to be able to clutch it up.
Yeah, and really, when you can get the group damage like he just did with that one red barrel, it's just provides the perfect opening, and they were able to capitalize on that perfectly. So Basement Dwellers, I think, has some really good communication going on right now, and that might be the advantage that they have. Just talking, just being able to communicate with your teammates. It's so critical and something that I think is overlooked in a lot of teams. And yeah, really great to see. Now we have the setup. Basement Dwellers is in the lead, in the advantage. If they can hold this off, they will take this map right away. So here we go. The fighting is getting started just in any second as Abyssal Assault starts to push in. I'm curious to see how they will defend this.
Yeah, and it looks like, once again, they're just kind of letting the team start the steal, which is something that I did want to see Abyssal Assault do in the last series. So I'm kind of happy that they're doing that, kind of just baiting the fight. But it's just not baiting good enough, because once again, it's just Spy by himself. He's doing a lot of damage, but it's just not going to be enough. He could have clutched up, but you know, Basement Dwellers just kind of played that a low slow and a low smart. So, and this is a strategy that we keep seeing from Basement Dwellers, at least in this map. They kind of just sit in different room, whether they're in the same floor or not. They kind of just let Abyssal Assault kind of just start the cash out. And when somebody's in the cash out, they don't have the possibility of shooting their gun. They're kind of just stealing, right? So then that gives the advantage and the green light for Basement Dwellers to just engage right after. But I personally don't think going for the cash out right away and baiting the fight is the wrong move. I just think they just have to better prepare themselves for the fight here.
Oh. And he dematted the person that was stealing it. That was so clutch. And the vault stays up, and I think Basement Dwellers is going to have the advantage on this one. They have their entire team. ACOGS is going crazy with that AK. He's doing great. The RPG goes off. I think some self-damage happened there. Who is up? Who is down? Pepe is just trying to stay alive. Get some shotgun kills. He's chasing them. What is happening? The time is running out. And it does look like Basement Dwellers was able to take the lead, and they got it. This is what I was talking about. Basement Dwellers has a great setup. They're able to really defend these cash outs perfectly, and almost in a perfect reversal from what we saw in this first match. Basement Dwellers took it and they dominated. What an amazing play by them, and match. They proved that they could do it. We've got another match coming up, and actually we're hopping into it right now.
Oh, nice and fast. Just what I love to see. Just action after action after action. And once again, we're going back to Skyway Stadium, but the map has changed. There is moving, or there is platforms now. So that means every single round there will be at least one cash out in the platform. We got the fight going on right away. We got Pepe's perspective trying to hit his shots. Once again, the player at 1 health going to sacrifice his life for the res, but at what cost? Spy just spawned up with 2 people in front of him. And oh my god, the melee miss. Oh my god, he picked up the... What is going on? Fatman Jack, you went from clutching up to kind of just whiff him, but he did end up cleaning up. The rest is just going to use this time to get the rest. And now it's a 2v1. I don't see a world where Fat Man Jack can win this 2v1. He kind of just going to try his best to stay alive, but he's still fighting. And look how fast he is, trying his best to stay alive. Not going to be successful in Abbysal Assault going to take the first fight home. And I do want to point out, again, we're rotating maps here. So this is Abbysal Assault map. So I am expecting Abbysal Assault to have the advantage here, as you can see in the very first fight.
Yeah, this is what I mean. These fights go on for a long time. Like, there's a lot of reses, there's a lot of just close up in combat happening from both of these teams, and it's cool to see. I think Abbysal Assault had the advantage there, and they really were able to kind of capitalize on getting Basement Dwellers down to just one teammate. And yeah, I just love to see it. We are seeing them get started on A. We do see that red barrel going off, but it is in a suspended structure, so everything that we've mentioned before, it's just a little bit more challenging to get in there. Nades are going off. We see both teams setting up, getting the APS going. Cash out is started, and now we are just watching them either play defensively or offensively, and going for that steal right away. So they're not even going for the kills, not even a wipe. They're just going for the steal. They feel more confident. And look at that, they were able to get it off.
Yeah, and it's very interesting to see and point out that Abbysal Assault was the team that won the first map. But they weren't the ones that started the cash out. It was actually Basement Dwellers coming back from the grave and putting the cash out in, and they are able to win the fight. It looks like Fat Man Jack doing a lot of damage there. His team all together doing a lot of damage, playing well together, and this should be an easy steal back. As Spy is just trying his best to stay alive, and I think it's very important to stay alive in this in the building, because it brings a lot of potential for your teammates to come back in the building. As you just saw right there, his teammate ended up spawning right in the map, because if he would have left this building, his teammates would have had to take the jump pad to re-engage. And if you have to take the jump pad back when Basement Dwellers have the height advantage, it's just a huge mistake. So I'm very happy that Spy was smart enough to stay in the vicinity. And the huge rocket from Spy gonna be able to open up the map. But a lot of chaos going on right now as Pepe is one shot, but he should be able to get the steal here as he's trying to get the res. He missed the first time, secures it the second time, but he falls all the way under. He needs to get that kill, and he is gonna get the kill on Jay Kones. And it's looking like Abbysal Assault might take this home. They might be able to take the steal and just get the first cash out.
Yeah, and that is the third or fourth steal that's happened on just this one cash out. The DMAT made that thing fall, and all the teammates fall, all the way through the roof and down into this kind of lobby area. I am amazed at how well both teams are kind of pushing in and holding it. And just the back and forth is just really fun to watch. I don't even know who has the advantage here, because when it goes back and forth like that, it just shows that both teams are able to kind of get in there and steal it. But no team is able to hold it perfectly. It did kind of turn out to be more of a timing thing that Abbysal Assault was able to hold it at the very end. But can they do it again? And will we see more of a fight going over before the vault happens? Because I think that's what we're getting set up for. Yeah, there's a fight happening on the roof here before they even get to the vault. Look at that, going down. Looks like Jaconis is trying to run with the shotgun. We're on ACOGs now, running around. Oh, he gets destroyed. And looks like Abbysal Assault has the advantage here, because they have all three of their teammates up, where Basement Dwellers is just down to 2.
Exactly, they're down to 2, and it's just not looking very, very good for them. As Jay Konis is trying his best to do and dish out damage, trying to help his teammate, but not able to hit those crucial shots. I mean, and even if he did, they still got to fight Spy that's still full health, running around with a shotgun. It's going to be Abbysal Assault winning that 3v3 very convincingly. I do want to point out, in the last fight, I'm not sure what happened with Basement Dwellers. I do remember them having an APS turret. I don't know if it got destroyed or maybe it got sent down, but that was the difference maker. The Spy being able to hit a 2-man, 3-man rocket yet again that won them the fight, because the APS just wasn't there. I either they weren't sitting in it or it had been taken down already. And Basement Dwellers just kind of have to do a better job of playing around their APS.
Yeah, and we know that they can. They have performed so well in past matches, and they've made it here. So Basement Dwellers has style, they have strategy, but can they pull this off? Because hate to say it, but Abyssal Assault seems to be really kind of dominating at least this map for the pick. But here we go. There's the DMAT going off from Draconis. They're doing so much damage to the enemy team. They're pushing into that APS, so it is blocking all of their grenades. But look at this. I think there's just one person up for the basement dwellers at this time.
Yeah, and once again, they're going to be winning this. Yeah, that's it. And there's probably like maybe there might be 2 fights left in basement dwellers here, but they really got to win this next one, because if they lose this, it almost pretty much going to be GG's, and they are going to be losing this map 2-0 yet again. So they need to bring it back here, and I do like this play of playing height. So now they have a D advantage, but I mean, they have 2 shotgun users. So now that I think about it, maybe it's not the smartest play since they don't really have that range, but that barricade is going to put in a lot of work. So now all they have to do is just kind of watch back and, ooh, look at that beautiful slug shotgun just destroying the ceiling there. So they have a nice rocket angle, right? So now Fat Man Jack is going to just try his best. I want to see them touch it just to bait out the rocket. That's what they need to do to win this team fight. They have to bait the rocket. And as I'm saying that, Spy running around with the rocket, just waiting for his opportunity to clutch out. Bubble going down, and again, the rocket getting the first elimination. And then the Blaze as well, trying his best, missing a couple of shots, but going to get a double there. And just like that, they're going to be able to secure the dub. And we got ourselves a 2-0.
Yeah, Spy there was doing great damage with that shotgun, charge and slam, just really well-rounded heavy player. And I don't know, I think that this is where the heavy meta kind of comes into play. We talked about this earlier, and I think just being able to have that player with extra damage, or not extra damage, extra health, and able to anchor your team, it's coming to the advantage. So and see what we're hopping into next. Nope, no, we don't need to, because it looks like we're hopping right into it. And I believe that this is Seoul.
Oh my god. Seoul is probably the least competitive map out of all maps. Yeah, that hospital, and I think is B on hospital to start it. I think B might actually be on hospital. So I mean, this is a battle of who can take the ball to hospital, and the fight has already started. Jay Kona's already taken out. Fat Man Jack already taken out. Now it's ACOG's job to stay alive. If I'm ACOG, I am running to hospital. And that's exactly what he's doing. That is the smartest thing you can do. Because if you run to hospital, your teammates are going to respawn in hospital. And you're forcing Abyssal Assault to run to A instead. And that is a very smart play from ACOG. Oh, but it doesn't matter. They are going to fight for hospital here. Abyssal Assault. Oh my god, look at where the enemy. Look at where basement dwellers spawn. They spawned in A. Although ACOG went to hospital, his teammates spawned across the map. Maybe. No, I think ACOG ended up dying. They all 3 spawned. So I'm not 100% sure what happened there. I thought I saw ACOG running to hospital, but he might have actually purposely killed himself.
I think he jumped off the map. There was a little bit of an opportunity on the sky bridge that he just hopped off.
I am not happy about that play.
Yeah.
If ACOG would have just camped in the hospital, his whole team would have spawned there, and they would have had a chance to win this. Now they're going to put themselves in a horrible position where they got to try their best. It looks like they're going to go for like a zip line plane on the bridge. That is not the smartest thing to do. Now, Abyssal, all they have to do is shut down the bridge. Yeah, exactly as I'm saying. They shut down the bridge, and now it's only Fat Man Jack alive. But Fat Man Jack cannot make the same mistake that ACOG made. He needs to stay alive. That little closing the door was very smart. Good reaction time by him. But now they know exactly where he is. Fat Man Jack needs to stay alive for 4 more seconds. He needs to go deeper inside the building to make sure that his teammates spawn inside. And I would love to see where his teammates are. And are they in the hospital? They are. They actually were, but they just jumped over, it looked like. So they were able to get inside, but they definitely are still in the disadvantage. As a Fat Man Jack on the he's gonna be able to get the first blood.
Yep, he brings their heavy down, and that is the opening that they need. So Spy is down. Razor's who's trying to set up that APS so he can rally his teammate up there. But they are at the disadvantage. Oh no, and Draconis goes down immediately. So we are seeing a 2v2, and whoever gets the next kill might have the opening that they need. But it does look like Spy is back. He was able to coin in. So they are getting all three teammates up. All three teammates up on both. Acox goes down. Fighting is happening on this roof. Going for the res, Razors is able to get his teammate back up. Pepe is getting loaded back in, but he goes down in the fight. So Acox is now trying... Acox goes down, so it's Pepe. Jesus, both teams are just going back and forth. They're wiping. Fat Man Jack is the last person up for his team, and is it enough? He's trying to stall for just long enough, but nope. He does go down and gets wiped, and just wasn't able to pull it together right at the end. So Abyssal Assault has the advantage in this map going ahead, and it might be that they only need one more cash out for them to win and take themselves into as the winner of this part of the Last Chance Qualifier.
And again, it all comes down to who gets the hospital control first. That's why you usually don't see people play this map, especially when the next cash out is on top of the billboards. Although C is inside the building. If it would have been on top of the billboards, it would be the same thing. It's almost impossible to retake when it's just on that height. Luckily for basement dwellers, it's inside the building, so they do. It could go either way as well. But again, I don't know who the IGL is for basement dwellers, but whoever made the decision for ACOG to fall down off the map is what lost them that cash out single-handedly. That's what happened, in my opinion.
Yeah, no, I really think that you spelled out exactly what they should have done, and it is a shame that they didn't. And I guess this is what we kind of expect from these Last Chance qualifiers. They're the teams that haven't had as much experience. They haven't been in as many tournaments, so they will make a little more mistakes than this. But if you are playing at this level on the second day, you can't afford to make a mistake as big as that, because you're right, it could have just totally turned the entire balance of this map. And now we have Basement Dwellers fighting to survive. They have to get this next cash out or they're done. This is it. This is the last we'll see of the Basement Dwellers, at least until the next World Series comes up. Great damage from Fat Man Jack. He gets some great shots from above, but can he capitalize on that before they get all healed back up? And I don't think that they can, because his teammate is already rezzed back to the full damage. So Jacone is trying to go in there, capitalize with the shotgun right in their faces. I don't know if he did enough, but the reses are going off. Jaconis comes back. And it does look like Pepe is the last teammate around. He can do a lot of damage with that AK, but I think that he's going to try and hide. Nope. Is he able to get it off? Oh, he's surviving just by the skin of his teeth. And just try to run up these stairs with 6 health. Pepe, run away. Your teammate has 1 second. There he goes. Spy is back in the game. And just in time, able to hold it off. Vault 2 is being moved now by Abyssal Assault.
Yeah, Pepe did a good job of just staying alive there, but, you know, it just wasn't enough. It's going to be Basement Dwellers that's going to basically, I mean, the fight's basically not over. It's still going on, but obviously Basement Dwellers does have the advantage, as I said, 3v2. Pepe coming back to life now, so they just kind of have to wait for Pepe to come back, and then they got to regroup, which is exactly what they're doing. So I'm very happy that they are aware of that as they're trying to sneak their way to height. I do very much like this play, but look who's there waiting for them. Taking the elevator up, and big damage coming in. Spyrox trying his best to get healed up. But if he's getting healed up, if the healer is healing, then somebody's not shooting, right? So they got to be very careful here. The fight has started. Rest is trying his best. He gets an assist. Getting very low. One of his teammates is dead. Are they going to be able to get this rest? That glitch grenade was pretty good, but I mean, not good enough, as Pepe, once again, the last man standing. At this point, it might be better to just get full wipe. So if I'm Pepe, I'm purposely engaging in this fight just to force myself to die. But instead, he's going to stay alive. At this point, his teammates are going to respawn in a couple of seconds. So it's probably better to just regroup and just wait to fight one more time. But this is it. This is pretty much going to be the final fight. A Basement Dwellers clutch up here that we might potentially see in map 5. But if Abyssal Assault clutches up, then it's GG's.
Yeah, and Basement Dwellers does have normally pretty good strategy on the defensive side of things. So if they are able to hold this, we will see one more cash out come and play here. And I think that they are going to fight with everything that they have in it, because this is it. This is the last chance for Basement Dwellers to kind of bring themselves back out from this kind of corner that they've backed themselves into. And we see Rizus and Pepe starting to run in, kind of anchoring around their heavy player. Bounce pad goes up, but I'm not sure why they did that. And it does look like they're just kind of fumbling into point. They're running into it. Pepe throws down the APS. They're going for the steal. This is their last chance. Abyssal Assault has to get the steal here. We see the drop going down the DMAT, but I believe the Basement Dwellers have secured themselves enough time to get this cash out. Yeah, it's bouncing on that bounce pad. So they did everything right in this area, and it does look like we will go down to the last final vault for this fight.
Ooh, it can go either way. Just what I like to see. Going to the very third cash out. The winner of this wins the map. I'm rooting for Basement Dwellers just because I want to see that map 5, that new map. I want to see it play out. And I think it's beautiful how the finals, I don't know about you, Rio, but don't these matches just feel extremely fast?
Yeah, they have been really fast. I think the amount of times that we've seen cash out 3 has been twice today. This will be our third time. So out of all the maps, we've seen a lot of sweeps and a lot of wipes. Yeah, I'd love to see it go all the way that it has. Both teams now are going to be playing a little more conservatively. I don't think we're going to see kind of the dives that we were seeing before, because you want to make sure that you have the advantage. You know, Abyssal Assault wants to win, and Basement Dwellers want to survive. So what a fight we have coming up. They are both stacked on top of each other, starting to DMAT, get into there. A lot of explosions going off. The building is just crumbling around them. They are trying to stay on top. Ooh, some great damage going down by Rezus, but he goes down in the process. He does get rezzed. And all the fighting that is happening just on the stairwell is just amazing. ACOGs goes down, and it does look like Abyssal Assault has the advantage right now. Hard to tell.
They definitely have the advantage. Getting that charge and slam, being able to get that pig was amazing, but they are also going to try to get that rest, and they're all grouped up here. This is good news for Jay Konis with the shotgun. Oh no, what are you doing, Spy? Turn around and do some damage. You can't just be running around taking damage from the back. He is going to turn around and his team is going to collapse. So it looked like he was just baiting the whole time, and that bait is going to pay a lot of dividends there, as they are going to be winning the fight as of now. But Jay Konis once again trying to do damage, being the last man alive. Pepe Reza is trying to clutch up for the team, and just like that, they're gonna win it. This might be it. There's going to be time for one final fight, but this final fight, they don't even have time to think. They kind of just have to rush it. The only thing that Abyssal Assault needs to do is play height, and that's exactly what they're going to do. Hopefully they have a rocket up, and they can just shoot the rocket as they're trying to steal. So the number one thing Basement Dwellers needs to do is bait the rocket. Put a sentry, steal it, hop off, just bait the rocket, because if he hits that rocket, it's pretty much GG's. And here we go, the fight has started. A couple of seconds left. They kind of have to commit to the steal at this point. They can't really be committing to the steal, and that's gonna be GG's. It looks like, as Abyssal Assault is gonna be able to take this home.
What were they doing? They sent Fat Man Jack on the steal, so he had the lowest health. He should have been the one distracting Abyssal Assault everybody from that, and you should have put one of your mediums on there.